Joining us today to discuss is Republican Congressman from Ohio, member on the Energy and Commerce Committee, Bill Johnson. Rep. Johnson, thanks for coming on today. What are your expectations for the voting legislation bills tomorrow? And especially when it comes to the filibuster, do you think Democrats could find the votes?
Well, I certainly hope that it fails. The states under the Constitution, the state legislatures are the ones that have the sole authority to manage our federal elections. That's the way our country has worked since its founding. That's the way it should work now. I don't believe the president's going to be successful in getting Schumer to overturn the filibuster. And you know what's so interesting, Emma, is that the Democrats used the filibuster over 300 times in the last time that Democrats were in the minority. They know how important the filibuster is. And I'm glad that Senators Manchin and Sinema see it that way, too. I don't think he's going to be successful.
He's had a number of troubles, most recently. The Washington Post even taking note. They said it was one of those weeks. From voting rights to vaccines, Biden experiences the limits of his office and the fragility of his presidency. And Congressman, it's a number of things that just cannot be ignored. Everyday issues. You look at the price of goods. You look at empty shelves, an increase in COVID cases, not enough COVID tests as well. Is the American media and the American people taking note of these major challenges?
Oh, I think the American people are absolutely taking note that President Biden appears to be focused on the wrong things. You pointed out he's failed on his Build Back Better program. That has failed. He's pivoted away from that. He's now focused on this attacking voting rights. And by the way, the states that he's attacking voting rights on, it's easier to vote there than it is in his home state. And when you've got the price of gasoline at the pump at its highest level in years, when you've got the price of groceries skyrocketing, and inflation, the highest it's been in 4 decades. The president of the United States is absolutely focused on the wrong things. And I don't think the American people are going to give him a pass. Look at his approval ratings. They're in the tank.
Yeah, 33% approval rating, according to a recent Quinnipiac poll. You mentioned inflation, and I want to ask you specifically about those in your district who are impacted by it. You sent out this message commenting on the reckless spending, surging inflation, saying in part it's clear that President Biden and his radical far-left allies don't care about middle-class American families and are focused on one thing: control of a rapidly expanding federal government and control of you. What have you heard from your constituents when it comes to the prices of everyday goods that they're experiencing, and whether or not they feel the Biden administration is taking note of that?
Look, the majority of people that I represent here in eastern and southeastern Ohio, it's a very rural part of the nation. They live on fixed incomes, seniors that live on fixed incomes. These folks cannot afford these skyrocketing prices. Many people that I represent had to scale back their Christmas expectations, forego the turkey because they couldn't afford to buy one. It's having a devastating impact. And what is President Biden doing about it? I mean, he continues to try and push more cash into the system, spend money that we don't have. That's one of the drivers of this inflation, but also energy prices, Emma. I mean, he's stymieing oil and gas production here in the United States. That's causing the price of oil to go up. When energy prices go up, it takes more money to get products to market, to food, to the shelves. Yeah. It affects the gas pump. I mean, he's wrong on so many things.
Well,
it's unbelievable.
The cost does continue to add up for the average American. Despite higher wages, inflation's still higher than that. He's going to host a press conference on Wednesday. We'll wait and see if reporters ask him about this important topic. Congressman Bill Johnson, thank you so much for joining us today, sir.
Thank you very much, Emma. Have a great day.